Greetings, family. Peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru, and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about a Texas court who grants an appeal after 35 years without a conviction. This article was provided by Claudia Lauer of the Associated Press. I just want to give credit where it's due. Let's go to the video. So, family, a Texas inmate who was in prison for 35 years while waiting for a new trial after a court overturned his murder conviction should be set free, an appellate court ruled. Jerry Hartfield was finally convicted again in 2015 in the 1976 killing of 55-year-old Eunice Lowe, but a court ruled Thursday that his constitutional right to a speedy trial was violated. The Court of Appeals for the 13th District of Texas reversed the conviction and ordered that the case against Hartfield, now 60, be dismissed. Quote, the state's negligence in this case created a criminal justice nightmare for Hartfield and the system at large as he sat in the custody of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for 32 years without a conviction, unquote, the panel wrote, adding later that release was the only remedy. We are deeply mindful that our conclusion today means that a defendant who may be guilty of murder may go free. It was not clear Friday when or if Hartfield could be released or if the state would appeal the decision to the Court of Criminal Appeals, Texas' highest criminal court. A phone message left with a spokesman for the Texas Attorney General's office was not immediately returned. Hartfield was originally sentenced to death in the slaying of Lowe, a bus ticket saleswoman in Bay City, about 100 miles southwest of Houston. A jury heard testimony that Lowe had been beaten to death with a pickaxe, some of her valuables had been stolen, and that her body had been sexually abused. But that conviction was thrown out on an appeal because of a problem with jury selection, and a retrial was ordered. In 1983, Governor Mark White commuted Hartfield's death sentence to life in prison in an effort to avoid the retrial. But courts recently found the sentence had already been overturned and vacated by the time he issued the commutation. Hartfield's attorneys tried to have the indictment set aside before his 2015 retrial, but the lower court denied his claim he had been denied a speedy trial, saying he had failed to raise the issue for more than 23 years. So technically what they're saying is they put the onus back on this man, saying because he hadn't raised the issue in 23 years, when all along he's probably just going along with the system, thinking that this is how corrupt and how wrong it operates. See, they always try to pin the blame back on, the black man if possible, and that's what they're doing in this case. But anyways, it goes on to say, a jury subsequently convicted him of a lesser murder charge and sentenced him to life in prison. One of Hartfield's attorneys, Jeffrey Newberry, said Friday he didn't know whether Hartfield knows about the decision yet. He said he's requested a phone call with Hartfield, who is at the state's All-Red unit in Iowa City near the Oklahoma border. Quote, the things that happened in this case, critical evidence was lost, the murder weapon was lost, the vehicle the state alleges he took was lost long ago. These are the reasons we have a Sixth Amendment right to a speedy trial. The framers realize that your ability to defend yourself diminishes as time passes, he said. Quote, we're very happy with the court's decision, but it's definitely a tragedy that it took 30 years. Family, this is not justice at all. It's unjust, it's unjust, and that's why we have to always expose it and always demand for better treatment, especially when it comes to black people, because they constantly do this, and I'm sick of the racists who always come forward and says, well, we have the best justice system in the world. That's utter BS. Save that for your mama. I don't want to hear it. The system is just for you, and it's great for you because you see people of color going to jail while you get away with different crimes or a slap on the wrist. That's not what you call justice. Not at all. And so, no, we're not going along with your pretense that this is the most just system. No, we want it better. As a matter of fact, the reason why America has a better justice system than anyone else in the world is because black people held you to a higher standard since your ancestors wrote the documents that we so-called live by, or that we're supposedly supposed to live by. You know, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and all of that, the Constitution, you know, what you guys like to, well, shuck and jive with. And so, family, before I leave out of this video, I conclude with a quote from Johnnie Cochran from the book I told you that I've read called A Journey to Justice. He quotes, "Our struggle had never been with America's Constitution and its laws. Rather, ours was a struggle to convince white Americans that we, too, are entitled to the Constitution's protections and that they, too, are subject to its restraints." That was by Johnnie Cochran, and I conclude this video with saying thank you very much for watching this video. If you are, please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you very much. Peace and love to you and yours, and until the next video, don't forget to love yourself. Peace out.